I can call them and say, I'm worried about a friend. I'm worried about Mbali. Can you please call her and check on Mbali? I'm not sure. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mbali Tikhatebe and I am the host for Power Circle Conversations. So in today's topic, I actually wanted to speak about something that in one of my last videos, I spoke about ish, but not in detail. And I felt like I'm supposed to come back to it and like give like proper details on it. And that is the South African Depression and Anxiety Group. Okay, so SADAG. I'm gonna keep saying SADAG the whole time instead of South African Depression and Anxiety. It's gonna be a lot. So I'm gonna keep saying SADAG. So why I decided to speak about this is because I understand that a lot of people have questions about really simple things. SADAG, Helpline, going through a lot, call them, we're good. Like that's just the main plain understanding of it, right? But not a lot of people know really if they're in a place that is like heavy enough to call them, or a place that is like too far over to call them, or stuff like that. And I know I'm one person that kind of asks the obvious questions or things that some people may think are obvious, because I prefer to have clarity on a lot of things. So I'm doing this to answer the questions of people that ask obvious questions. I actually recently had someone on Facebook. So I've spoken about the Join Panda app, right? Not the Panda app, the app that was created by a Keso hospital. And it's a whole therapy thing. It's nice there. So there's a lot of therapists and you can just join in on conversations. Basically, you can create a group in there about a certain topic and get to it, right? There will be a therapist that creates a group about mental health and not mental health with men specifically, say, right? And speak about it. The one I was listening to the other time was about planning for your week. So just go there and figure out how we can do better in terms of planning for our week, because a lot of things create a lot of overwhelming emotions for us, and what makes it difficult for our day-to-day lives to just go on, right? And people that struggle with depression, anxiety, that's their main issue, struggling to deal with every single day. Like, so it's like a nice safe place to help you with like day to day. I always say with people that, even people that are suicidal, I always say one day at a time is more than enough. Like, let's deal with this hour and let's find a way to deal with the next 3 hours, and then the next 10 hours, and then it's 24 hours, and you made it. Sure, tomorrow is another one. We'll get to that at that time, So it's like one step at a time. And one of the things that help you with the one step at a time thing would be Join Panda. But I think that's supposed to be a whole lot of it. I was on Facebook, someone spoke about how they struggle with suicidal thoughts, and I made my comments. At the end of it, I said, get the Join Panda app and get in there anonymously and, just listen. You don't have to overdo a lot of things. And someone still commented after that and asked me, what exactly is the app about? So you understand that your average person would just be like, yeah, but like I just said, or go check it out for yourself and then see what it is. Or I just said that you get in anonymously and like just listen, like, So someone's actually asking, like, but like in depth, what is it about? Because people really are struggling, but people don't know if my struggle is heavy enough for me to go and ask for help about, or am I too far off and I just don't deserve help anymore? Nobody gonna save me. That's just it, right? And not a nice place to be in. So just explaining things in a finer detail could help one person realize that, oh, there is a space for me and there is a place that I can go, and I can get through this current emotion. South African Depression and Anxiety Group. I want to explain like my experience with it, okay? And what you can expect basically when you call. Okay, so anyone can call, going through whatever. Because that's the thing with anxiety and depression. You don't always have a reason for why you're feeling how you're feeling. Okay, so it's okay to call and say, I'm very anxious, you know, and why? I just got home and I just got ridiculously anxious. Is it because of, you know, maybe realizing that when I get home, I actually have a certain routine that I don't enjoy or that I feel I'm not good at and it stresses me out, or, you know, whatever it is. Okay. The last time I called SADAG, this lady was actually, she gave me contact details of the Lifeline, you know, and other contact details. I think I'll actually leave the whole conversation screenshot at the end of this video. She was basically just giving me these contact details because when we were talking at just about the end of the call, she was like, I think you just need someone to talk to and someone that will listen to you. You just need to be listened to, and to vent out. You like need a place that you feel you can vent out at. That was it. You understand? Like, you're not supposed to be like really gushing, like this really impossible human being to end up calling there. But also, you could be in the pits and you can still call. And this person will be able to tell that, no, you need this type of help. I'm listening. I could help you for now. You know, she was even helping me breathe because I was crying uncontrollably. And she was helping me breathe until I could get to a point where I could speak and explain what I had to say. And she sounded like present in me speaking to her. Like, I mean, by the end of the call, I was just like, do you like your job? And she literally took a second to think, because I think they're there to help us. So they're not used to someone asking that question. She's like, yeah, I really do. And I'm like, okay, because you sound like it. You sound like someone that likes their job. And, you know, because you can tell, guys, you can tell when someone's doing their job out of passion. You can tell when someone's doing their job because they just need to pay bills. Like, it's very easy to see these things. But okay. So, I want to also break it down. First time I called. This was years ago. I don't know. Could be like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. A while. And I got this lady named lady with the name Amy. That's what I was trying to say. English is tricky, y'all. She asked for my number. Can I take down your number? Because in case you run out of airtime or whatever, I would like to call you back. Okay, I gave her my number. Okay, what's your name? Sharp, my name is Amy. Okay, cool. No, Amy. Hi. Because that's the other thing, guys. This is what I was saying in my other video, that therapists are the ones that are supposed to make you comfortable enough to speak. They should understand that you are nervous with doing this already. You know what I mean? There's no one that's like perfect at attending therapy and has it all figured out. Like, it's a vulnerable space. So the next person is supposed to know how to make you feel like, I'm listening. Are we okay? You know? So I think one thing that helped me open up is because she was like, how was your day? How are you feeling? And I was like, my day is going fine. I just got a bit scared because it was weird. I started work much earlier that day. Middle of the day, I got ridiculously anxious. I went out to cry. I came back. I was feeling like I still, it's not good enough. I need to go like jump off a bridge or something. Like, I need something that, no, man. Woo. It's just, it was heavy. It was like, I don't know. You know, if I had a razor at that time, I probably would have like done some cutting. Like, I don't know. It was really overwhelming, and I felt like the crying wasn't an outlet enough. So I tell her that I mean, I just got overwhelmed over what's going on with me in this specific situation. And you know, when you're explaining something and you think that it's not good enough to cry over, or you think it's not good enough to be hurt about, right? And you're trying to like downplay the situation, but because you're finding someone who is professionally there to listen, you find yourself in a place where you're able to extend all the details of what really is going on with you. Ran out of airtime at some point. She called me back. I think we had a chat for like 2 hours. And then I felt better. And just like, okay, thank you guys. You know? Okay, not thank you guys. Thank you, Amy. And then that was great. And that was the end of our call. The second time, our call. This lady What a draining human being, guys. But this is what I say. At the end of the day, things that have to do with therapy and your mental health is your responsibility. It's not somebody else's responsibility. Because just like any other job, you will find people that are not passionate about what they're doing. Like, don't go in there telling yourself that somebody else is supposed to save your life. That's not how it is. You're supposed to know what you're trying to do with your life and figure out how you're going to get to do it. And if it includes the fact that you need to start going for therapy, then start doing what you have to do to get to that. If it means changing your diet, do it. If it means whatever it is, do what you have to do, right? It's for you. Because along the way, you will find people that are just not on the same wavelength as you. And when I called this time, I found someone that I think wasn't even trying to be at work that day. Also, SADAG closes at 8, right? 8 p.m. The lines that are open after 8 p.m. that are open for 24 hours are the suicide lines. Those are the ones that are open for 24 hours, right? So otherwise, the other ones, normal situation closes at 8 p.m. But they have 3 numbers now, so maybe it's not like that anymore. I think it's not, because I actually, the last time I did it, I called like all 3 numbers and they all got back to me. They all got back to me, so they were quite busy at that time, but they all got back to me. They even sent me an SMS number that I could send a message to. I sent the message to that number, so I basically contacted SADAG 4 times that day. I was trying, but it's because it's for me. It's me. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't put it on somebody else, you will persist for you to get you right, as opposed to being like, I know something they're doing, they don't like me. Then where are you solving your problem? I want to be alive. I want to survive my mental health problems. I want to. It's me. I'm trying to be here. So I will go out of my way for myself. So called homie. Girl was not happy. And I started being like, okay, maybe because it was like literally almost 8 p.m. And I figured that maybe she was already tired. And she was like, don't you have somebody else to talk to? I'm like, no, dog, that's why I called you. Like, what you mean? It's like, oh, really? Nothing? Like, no family member, no, like, friends that you can, like, call? I'm like, no. I'm the person that we all go to for all of that. So I don't have a place that I feel like I would go to at the moment. That's why I called you. She's like, oh. And then I'm like, okay, is there, like, a referral, something you can give me, like an email or whatever that you can give me, that I can go to a doctor and get like a free therapist or something like that? And she was like, you can try at the clinic. That's not how it is, guys. Okay, if I'm asking for a referral later, because I didn't know like where you could get what. At the clinic, you can get therapists. Yes, government clinic, you will get a psychologist over there. You can get it. Homegirl, I don't know, she didn't know. So I'm asking for a referral. She's saying I must go to a clinic to get a referral to go to a doctor. Like, I baby girl, quit your job. Yeah, babes. Yeah. It's not working out. So that's not the case. That's not the case. You go to the clinic, you want a therapist, you will get one. They are available over there. You do need to book an appointment. Most of the time they like booked, like, yeah, for a while. So you need to book an appointment for it. But you can get help at government facilities, hospitals, whatever. You can get help for free. It is done. It is possible. The same way you can get SADAG on the line for free. Anyway, so I end up laughing and I'm just like, how? Oh, okay, no, it's fine. Then I'll check with the clinic. It's okay. And she's like, okay. And I hang up and I'm laughing. I'm just like, what just happened to this child? Like, what? Really? And I'm like, no, God, no way. Poor girl does not want to be here, hey? And it's unfortunate because her job has to do with saving lives and she doesn't see it that way. Take her out of that space because she does not want to be there, you know? And then next time then, which is the last time that I did it, I then got this lady who even told me that because of needing a continuous space to go and vent in, then these are the contact details of a place that I can call on a continuous basis and I will get assistance going forward. So, you know, that was my experience with it. So now here's another thing that has to do with SADAG. SADAG love this situation. You can call them to call somebody else for you. literally, it's one of my favorite things around it. I think the first thing that I really like about it is that they take your details, so they will call you back. So like I said, they have 3 contact numbers and an SMS line, but they will get back to you. It's not even like they don't, it's not even taking that long. It really, they will get back to you no matter what. And you know, that helps. And then the fact that I can call them and say, I'm worried about a friend. I'm worried about Mbali. Can you please call her and check on Mbali? I'm not sure where she's at right now. Yeah, you can give them the details to Mbali and they will call Mbali and it can work out. Because I think that's a wonderful situation, because sometimes we don't know how to specifically help a friend. Sometimes friend is too embarrassed to receive help from you, so they'd rather not get help from you, right? But also, friend finds it a bit difficult to call SADAG specifically, because we don't know enough about SADAG in order to actually make the call. Like I said, like I don't know if I'm too far deep to be making the call, so maybe they don't want to be listening to someone like me, or it's just not that big of a deal. So maybe they don't want to listen to someone like me. We just need to have that type of information and it will be okay, guys. That's just it. Otherwise, that's all that I had to let you know about my experience calling SADAG. I just wanted to open your eyes and your mind and your understanding, wow, to the experience of doing the same thing. You are not alone. You're not alone. Someone is willing to listen to you. Someone is willing to hear you out. Your anxiety, your depression, whatever, your bipolar, your schizophrenia, all of it, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not on purpose. You don't not deserve to be alive because you're struggling with it. It's okay. There is somebody to hit up. And I love having anonymous places that you can hit up because, kind of helps. Oh, now, actually, last thing that happened the last time I called, this girl was like, Melly, it's not the first time you call. Are you sure it's like I shouldn't refer you then to a place where you can get your consistent help? And I was shocked. I didn't know what that has to do with like anything. And she's like, is your issue that you're calling me about now the same thing that you called about the last time? And I said, no. And she was like, okay, then I'm listening. You may speak to me because this is not therapy. It's literally a lifeline. Like, I need help for the moment. Then they help you get out of that feeling, that moment. And then they refer you to a place where you will continue to be nurtured going forward. So that's like the first step, right? So she was like, I'm just reminding you that this is step 1. We just help you get out of that space. And then you need to go for continuous help. So if you're calling again, is it about the same matter? Because if it's about the same matter, then I'm not the right place to be going to. Like, you need somewhere where you will get consistent assistance. And I was like, no, it's not about the same thing. It was about a similar situation, honestly. But like, it wasn't the same thing. That's the point. So that happened. And then I remembered my second call where the girl was just like, so don't you have somebody else to talk to? Then I'm like, oh, maybe she was actually trying to say that I'm seeing this number again. And with seeing it for the second time, we are a lifeline and we don't do continuous therapy. And you seem to be calling this line trying to get therapy, honey. I will refer you somewhere else where you can go get that. This is not it. Here, we help you get out of that state that you're in at that point in time. So you can see clearly, you can breathe better, you can think better. You now can break things down to realizing, okay, here's somewhere else where I can go. That's what homegirl was supposed to say. She was just like, shame. She's going through a lot herself. This is planet Earth, guys. Like, Wunzi, man. She must have been going through a lot herself. So that's okay. But when I got the information from the last phone call, I understood, oh, that's what she was probably trying to say, because she was seeing my number again and must have been like, then this person needs more help than that. And that's another reason why I decided to make this video explaining that, because I think that when I made the call, I assumed that they are a place that you can call every single time you're co-wishing. Like, you can call as often as you want to, but they are not therapy. And that's why you will not get the same person over and over again. right? And when you go for therapy, you prefer to be dealing with the same person, even if it's a different person, but a person that got the story from that one, so you can continue with your story. You don't have to start over. And in a lifeline situation, you're going to have to start over with your story every single time. That's not what they're there to do. They're there to get you through the moment, which is why I believe that even same thing that I tell to people that are suicidal or whatever, let's get through today. Let's get through this hour. Let's get through the next few hours. Let's get through the day. Tomorrow we will see. So what SADAG does is helping you get through the moment, which will internally or extend or eventually or continue English, which will basically you'll be fine until the next moment, until you can continue with your therapy sessions basically, or continue with the therapy sessions that they will refer you to. Then go to I'm running out of English data bundles. So bundles, English data bundles. So this video has to come to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do share this video with somebody that you think might need it. And I will leave the contact details of the SADAG, South African Depression and Anxiety Group. That's right.